Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Griiix. I have been away, but you know what? I think it's time for me to start adding more videos into my archives. What better way to do it is when they added new weapons for all the tanks. I actually don't know how many tanks are in there, like 40 something, but anyways, I'm just gonna do a quick review on each tank. I'll separate it into each individual video so that it can be in my archive playlist and all that stuff. So if there is a specific tank that you guys like, be sure to check it out. I will give you my full kind of assessment, prediction, and analysis of the weapon. But mind you, just to keep this in mind, all the weapons you see here as of right now, it is still going through beta testing, so chances are in the real game, once it is released, it's going to be a little bit different. Maybe, maybe not. Whether. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First, I thought Darknak Weapon 4 was garbage, but it turns out it's actually really fucking good. And let me explain why. They made Darknak like this. So Darknak, I call it the up hit or down hit. The blue line is the up hit because it travels up in order for you to do damage, and then the red line, which is the down hit. In order for you to maximize Darknak damage, you need the impact damage, which is the one that goes into the ground, and then you need the red line. But sometimes, because they want to fuck Darknak up the ass so hard, the red line spreads quite a bit. So we're gonna see they never like end up the same. Like, luckily this one is more clumped up, right? Sometimes they spread quite a bit. So the damage is really not predictable sometimes. Sometimes you can be doing 240 and sometimes you can be doing like 120. It's actually really weird. But the S4 changes that because based on what I can see, although it's still a red line, right, it opens up right here and they don't change, right? Like you look at the spread. Okay, we're gonna try and hit exactly where it is, and you're gonna see the red line doesn't spread. It's good. It's actually really good, which means you can still bomb in body, but not every single time. It's very situational. So obviously I can't do it here, but ideally, you know, like if you know distance, because I feel like depending on the wind, that's where it really affects it. It still shoots the same way as it would with, you know, like the S2 down hit. But here's the thing. The bullet don't spread all that much. So it's more consistent or predictable. Right? It's not like, again, in order for you to maximize this weapon damage, you actually have to be at the bottom, like somewhere here, to maximize it. If you're in the same level, chances are you might just do S2, right? But sometimes, if you are at the bottom and you want to maximize your damage, because chances are, if you are able to at a specific distance open this up right in the center of the tank, you're going to be doing fucking 300 plus damage, or if not more, right? And I like the weapon for, again, it's because it's predictable. The spread is the same. It doesn't change. The wind doesn't matter compared to S1 or S2. Depending on the wind direction, or it's just on the accuracy on its own, the 3 bullets like spread really wide. So if you know you need a specific amount of damage, the S4 might be a good option, because sometimes the SS might not do good damage because of how, you know, the way they're placed at, or, you know, because with SS, the most damage you're going to be doing is if you shoot it as horizontal as possible, so all the 5 bullet clumps like comes out together. But if you shoot at a vertical distance, a vertical trajectory path, the weapon actually opens up so wide that only 3 bullet will hit the tank, and the other 2 bullet will just hit nothing but air. So that's why you don't get as much damage if you were to shoot vertical compared to horizontal, right? So that's the SS. But here we are talking about the S4, right? It fixes a few things, which is the unpredictability of S2, and also, you know, like, actually that's basically it, to be honest. Now let's see. Because I want the impact damage and the thing, so let's see. Because the wind's gonna carry it. It acts as the same as whatever. So there's one caveat here. As you can see, it didn't open up because the blue line, if you hit the target, unlike the weapon 2, it only hits as 1 bullet if you hit with the blue line, which is not ideal, but hey, this tank is really fucking good already. I'm gonna try to hit the totem with the blue line. You're gonna see it's only gonna hit 1 bullet. There you go. There's no other bullet. So it actually has to open up to the red line for it to have the 4 bullets, right? And so the slime map may not be the best map for this weapon because of all the fucking shit, but ideally, let me see if I can hit myself. I cannot, but let's see here. I mean, I like it. I really do. It's not a weapon that you will replace weapon 2. It's a weapon where it gives you more options, and I really like that. DARKNAK has the most way of hitting one specific target, and you're giving him, or giving it rather, another way for hitting more shit, which is fucking amazing. I really like it. I'm gonna play more with it, but I'm just gonna let you know it is not an S tier. I would say it is an A-, and mainly because the weapon, the blue line from it, it doesn't act like weapon 2. It's actually really weak, so you can't use it as a blue line, because if you do, you might as well just fucking switch to weapon 2. The blue line trajectory path is the same, so you know, if you know how to shoot weapon 2, you're gonna know how to shoot weapon 4. Same with the red line. The wind calculation is nearly the same as the S2 down hit red line, but ideally, you know, again, this weapon is not to replace weapon 2. It's to give you a different way of hitting sometimes that weapon 2 may not be able to. Kind of like what I did with the nearby back shot that I did, and all that. The weapon 2 wouldn't have been able to do similarly like that. And plus, the red line, they don't spread like the weapon 2 version. So it's very consistent, very reliable, something that you can count on. Whereas weapon 2, I'm always like, fuck, do I want to hit with the red line or the blue line? Because ultimately, the blue line does less damage. The red line does more damage, but the trade-off is, right now, the red line accuracy, it spreads either way too much or it doesn't spread at all. So there's no consistency, not reliable at all. But sometimes, if I know I need that extra damage just to end the game, I just have to hope and pray, bring out the Bible, say my prayer, and hopefully, you know, those 3 bullets clump up together. But that's no way to live, right? You can't be fucking praying all the time. So weapon 4 is a great addition. It's an A- weapon, just for the fact that the blue line from the weapon 4 does not act as a 3 bullet, and it's weak. It's a single bullet shot. At best, it's 140 damage. I've tried. So yeah. But the good thing is, if they spawn near the top, the weapon 4 is a very good weapon, because the bomb and body location, basically where the red line comes out, is a very high point. Meaning, if they are hiding, chances are, you know, before this weapon came out, You can only really hope and pray for the blue line to hit. But again, like I said, the blue line doesn't do as much damage. The red line will. I can only imagine, and I will test this once it is available, what the red line can do in a bomb and body situation. But again, you can't always do it. It's very position oriented, kind of like Mookie, bomb and body, but it gives Darknak more options for it to do what it needs to do. So Darknak is a top tier S tank on its own already, so giving it another weapon is just going to make it even better. But there are limits to this new weapon, so it is going to be an A- for me. Let me know if you agree with me. I am a Darknak dick rider for life. I don't think I'll ever change. You can nerf this shit to the ground. I'm still going to play it. Just because it's a really good looking tank, and it's one of the only tank that has the most way of hitting one specific target or multiple target, whatever it may be. I really like it. Yeah, I'm fanboying here. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.